Hello, welcome to Parenting Tips with Emem. Today we want to take a look at the African proverb which says that it takes a whole village to raise a child. This proverb doesn't say that parents have to abdicate their responsibility for the entire village. It, however, drives the point that a child will be influenced by the parents as well as those actively involved in the child's immediate environment. The proverb has a friendly tone to it in the sense that it is expected that the interaction of the child with a wholesome village, a safe and a healthy community or environment will contribute to the wholesome growth of the child. The community that a child grows up in will impact the upbringing of that child either for good or for evil. Where we raise our children matters. Parents are a major influence on their children, but they are not the only ones with that privilege. If children grow up in an environment where violence, gangsterism, crime, and doing drugs is the order of the day, the efforts of the parents to raise their children well can be greatly challenged by the environment. Some teenagers who grow up in such environments get sucked into the system. They subconsciously get to accept that gangsterism, violence, and all that goes with it is the normal way of living. Sometimes the effort of parents can win over the influence of the environment, but it is important to note this. When you are choosing where to live and raise your children, take the environment into consideration because it is going to be an important influence on your children. The environment of the village these days include the quality of media that the child is being exposed to, especially on television and on the internet. What if what the child is being exposed to includes explicit sexual content? At some point, children so exposed may want to act out what they have been watching. It is good for parents to make the effort to regulate their children and what they are watching because these things will contribute to the values their children cling to. In your home, what kind of literature do you live around? How do you manage magazines with adult content? How about the calendar on the wall of your home? What is it advertising to your child? For instance, if that calendar is advertising an alcoholic beverage, it is subtly but surely endorsing the product in the mind of your child and helping to shape the decisions your child will make concerning alcohol. Children who grow up in environments where somebody is a drug abuser can grow up to get into illicit drug use. Another very important community that will influence a child is the school environment. So choose your child's school wisely and prayerfully. Ask questions about the school and get as much information as possible before you make a decision. Ask questions like, do I agree on the disciplinary measures of the school? What are the morals and the values of the school? What do they actually stand for? When you have made your investigations and you are satisfied and you choose the school that you want to send your child to, I want to encourage you to cooperate with your child's school. Get acquainted with your child's teacher, in such a way that there is effective communication between you and your child's teacher. Sorry. It will serve many good purposes academically, as well as helping you to keep tab on your child, what your child is doing socially. For instance, if your child starts running around with the wrong crowd, the teacher will likely alert you and the problem can be nipped at the bud. The church is another important community that will likely shape the values of your children. Choose that wisely. Check what the junior church has to offer your children. If you have older children, check if the church has an effective youth group that can impact positively on your children. The friends your children keep have the potential of influencing your children. Do you know your children's friends? Something else, check out the values that a family stands for before you consider allowing your children to sleep over at their place. What we have shared in essence is that it actually takes a whole village to raise a child. Your children will likely imitate their immediate environment, so try as much as possible to give them a positive environment to grow up in. I believe that you got value out of this. My name is Emem Esenenkak, and it has been a pleasure sharing this time with you. I'm on Facebook and on Instagram with the name Parenting Tips with Emem. I'll be glad to have you in our community. Until next time, please remain blessed and remember that God keeps all of his promises.